Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon111, and welcome back to Dungeon and Puzzles. We were down here, but I spent some time off camera looking back at some of the puzzles that I had not optimized, and have managed to get them. This one, you may recall, is just like the first puzzle that I wanted to try out, kind of like doing non-optimally, just to see how it appeared on the game screen. And it turns out that the solution to this one was not too hard. It involves walking around to the back in order to shoot these guys. And I did that wrong, so let's undo. First off, I have to, oops. Undo. First off, I have to walk over so that I'm in the correct column, and then shoot this guy. There we go. So that is 9 of 9. So we'll finish that room and get the crown. So that one wasn't too interesting. Much more interesting is this one, which I spent a lot of time on previously, you may recall. And I used the insight that I gained from one of the previous episodes, which was I often have a blind spot for walking across the step stools. And sure enough, that ends up being important in this puzzle. So let's see if I can remember the solution that I came up with. So I think it was, I want to kill this guy. And then, do I want to walk across the step stool here? Yeah, that's it. Hit this guy in the face, and then I can get the slime from below, and then get this guy from above. And that ends up being the optimal solution. So, that is 2 previously non-optimized puzzles that I've gone back and optimized. I didn't go back and take another look at number 22. And we recently opened secret number 3. But I think I'm going to do puzzle 27 first, and then we'll peek over at secret number 3 for no particular reason. Okay, so bunch of guys to kill. We got a bow. We got 30 moves, which is kind of scary. And I presume the bow is going to be necessary, so let's just kind of walk around here at the start and do some obvious-ish things and see where it brings us. Okay, so I managed to get 14 moves in doing extremely obvious stuff. And so how am I ever going to kill the middle guy here? Because everything else seems not too bad. Well, I guess I could fire my arrow here so that I can stop here. And then just go and kill you. And then fire my arrow here so that I don't die. And well, that got me 31 out of 30 moves. So that's not bad. We got a room clear. Now let's see if I can do it one better somehow. Getting out at the end was kind of fidgety. Let's see a better way to do it right now, though. And there's a chance that I don't want to kill this guy and get him from another direction, but for right now, let's just keep with the same initial starting solution, which goes like this. And then is there any reason I might want to shoot you rather than sword you? I don't think so. Is there any reason I might want to shoot you rather than sword you? I think definitely not, because I want to be in this row. And then is there any clever way? Shooting you versus sorting you. Sorting you is better, because I need to walk across. Am I doing exactly the same set of moves I was doing before? It seems like it. And shooting doesn't help there. And yeah, once again, that would be 31. So, how can I save a move somewhere? Let's work under the assumption that the move to be saved is in the latter half, just to start. And then if that doesn't seem to be working out, we'll try something else. So, feels like I need to go up here regardless. And if I walk, sword, hit, walk, that's 4 moves. Versus if I shoot, and then go down here. That's just 2 moves. Hold on, did I just save a move there by not using a sword? I might have just saved a move there by not using a sword. So let me just go through the motions here because I'm having trouble keeping count. I didn't want to use a sword there, or sorry, I didn't want to use a bow and arrow there. I want to use a sword here. And then I want to shoot here, and shoot here. And sure enough, that saved me the move. Okay, so the key move was shooting the guy at the very top rather than swording him, because I shot him from afar and then picked up my arrow in 2 moves, as opposed to walking over, using the sword, and walking over again, which used 3 moves. Great. Okay, so now I feel good about checking out secret number 3. I'm calling them secret, it's just S3, but I don't know, it seems like secret is appropriate. Super. What else could the S be? 4 step stools, and step stool is not my best thing. 32 moves is a very high move count. We have some difficult to get at enemies that make this very scary. And I could see wanting to pick up both things, but the bow seems more important right now. So I'm going to start by picking up the bow. And then what? What indeed? I guess I could go pick up the sword as well. Picking up the sword... How am I eventually... In order to get to the exit, I'm going to have to shoot downwards onto the bottom left step stool, I think. Yeah, much of this is hard to reason about. Let's just go pick up the sword. How am I ever going to get the slime? I guess I could walk over and sword him, but I need to shoot him from below? No. I need to walk into him from below, but I couldn't get below. How am I going to get the 2 monsters on the right? The only way to get the 2 monsters on the right is to stop somewhere to the left of them. The only way to stop somewhere to the left of them is to run into the slime from the south. The only way to run into the slime from the south involves being south of the slime. And I don't immediately see a way to do that. Actually, now I do. Here is a way to do that. I'm now south of the slime, which means I can run up here. Which means I can kill this guy. And sword this guy. So I will at least be able to solve the room, I think. And then... I guess I'm going to need the bottom guys in order to get onto the step stools, I think. So I think I want to do this. And then... I think I want to do this. And then if I shoot upwards, I can kill this guy. Not attack that way. So I want to walk to the north, and then shoot south. And that was 33 out of 32. Alright, we got a room clear. Could I save 1 from that? Do I even remember what I did? The key aspect was getting south of the slime, which involved getting into the bottom row of step stools with the bow. And I do want the sword, because when I kill the 2 guys on the right, the sword will be the optimal way to kill at least one of them after having shot the other. So I want a sword before I get into that alcove. And so... yeah, most of this stuff seemed pretty reasonable so far. So I'm going to mostly kind of retrace my steps, I think. Is there any chance I want to do anything else here first? Like, I could kill the goblin green guy to the left now if I wanted to. Let's try it. And yeah, and I could kill you too. And then go over here and do this stuff. So then I want to go up here. I want to shoot you. I want to sword you. I want to walk back over here. Oh, I don't have a way to get into the step stool columns now, do I? No, I do. Because I could sword you, walk here, shoot downwards. Hello, hello, hello. 30, I'm gonna get a 31 out of 32. This is gonna be a sub super duper. I got an achievement. Top the dungeon designer is the name of the achievement. All right, and that was in a secret room. Maybe I got a -1. Okay, so that's my first birdie if we're doing like golf scores or whatever. And it's got little glowing things coming out of the thingy. I wonder if you can only do that in the secret rooms, or I don't know. Until I see a pattern, I'm not going to go back and like look at the other secrets again. All right, let's just be happy about our incredible momentum and try to carry it forward into room number 28. It's a new item. Da 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 da. So presumably I can push guys with the shield? Sure enough. Oh, and I can even do it at range. And so that was one move that I moved to the right and it pushed him one more square to the right. And he ended up on spikes and died. And so I can also be holding a shield and walk into spikes and not take damage. So that's cool. And suppose I were not holding the shield, suppose I were just walking, I could still walk into the spikes and die. Okay. So you definitely need your shield up. So a shield behaves like boots, except for you can crash into monsters and push them, or you can crash into spikes and stop before the spikes. Okay, and there's our basic par room that appears to be our shield tutorial. I'm excited about a new element, and undoubtedly we'll start mixing that new element with some of our previous elements and things will get even more complicated. But for now, looks like another one to make sure that I've got mastery of the new element. So already I wasted a move there, because if I had already been using the shield and moved to the left, I can do two things at once. Which, actually, I guess didn't actually save me a move right now. And so it looks like I need to... Okay, and if you push a guy against a wall, it does nothing. That makes sense. So it looks like I need to push you to the south, and then push both these guys to the north. Ooh, except for... I need to unequip the shield as I go to the south, so I don't push him again, because I need to be able to get around him. And then it seems like there's no penalty for doing that. And there's a rock there, yeah, sure. So I can just do this. And sure enough, that is 14 out of 14 for a par. Alright, I feel good enough about that. So let us continue once again. On to room number 30. Some crows making noise outside. I don't know if the mic is going to pick that up. I have no other way to kill the rat other than to push him onto spikes. To push him onto spikes seems impossible, so I wonder if I can push crates around. I can. Alright, so new mechanics. Can I push the crates onto spikes? I cannot. I can push the step stools around too. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can push the step stools around too. So, seems like I might need to push the top step stool to the right to be able to reach the exit at the end of the puzzle. And perhaps the rat upwards and then to the right. Yeah, so suppose I did this. Sorry. Suppose I did this. I want you up. I want to walk upwards. I want you to the right. Then I want to push the rat around. Oops. Ew. Then I want to walk this way, I guess. How do I push the rat to the north? I don't see a way to do it right now. Oh, hold on. I maybe do. Because I can bump up against this, bump up against this, push the rat to the north, and then just walk to the exit. But it's taking me 16 moves, and I need to do it in 15 moves. Alright, so we got a room clear. Now we'll try to optimize. And like, I like this move, because it seems like by the end of the puzzle I'm going to need that. Is there another way? I think based on the original state of the puzzle, I have to push the rat from south to north onto the spikes to kill it. That involves moving the crate out of the way, either to the left or to the right. It's pretty straightforward to move it to the right like that. And to move the rat to the right. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Then I just want to walk. Is this the exact same solution I just had? I think it might be. And then I just want to walk again. Yeah, that's the same solution I just had, because it's going to be 16. So that walking toward the end seems slow. Is there a way I could have gotten out sooner? If the crate weren't to the right, I could have just taken a step to the right at the end. So could I have pushed the crate to the left way back when? Maybe. What if I walk here? Well, I can't get to the left of the crate very easily. It's possible. It's kind of a giant pain in the neck. Here's what I'm just looking at, just to show that it's possible. Oops. So I could do this, and that allows me to push the crate to the left. But I don't think that's very good, because it's taking like 1,000 moves to do all this stuff now. But the point is, if I had done that, then at the end it would just be right, down, right, as opposed to like down, right, up, right, and that would have saved a move. But it cost me like 30 moves prior to that. Okay. So could I have pushed the crate up and then right? Now that's an interesting question. So suppose I push the crate up and then push it again to the right and then start pushing the rat. That seems plausible. So now I want the rat to go right and then up. But I can't easily get the rat to go to the right. So I'm going to have to do up and then right. Which is not super great. Up. Right. Oh, and now I can't even get below it anymore. And I've also used up all my moves. Okay, so that was not good. So that move feels great. That move feels good. That seems good, but then I can't push the crate left or right easily right now. When did I have an opportunity to do that, perhaps? Well, when the rat is directly above me, I can do this. I think this is going back to my kind of original solution. Now, what's the fastest way to get to the south of the rat? I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Did that solve it? Nope, that's still 1 too slow. And then when I was trying to figure out how to get to the south of the rat, So after having done this, I could also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's slower, right? Yeah. I see another possibility, though. I could also do 1, 2, 3. No, this is what I just did, isn't it? Ah, but now I can go this way and then change to walking. There we go. So rather than walk all the way into the south column and back to the north column, I could use my shield to stop myself before I get to the south column and then walk straight out, and that gets me the optimal time. All right. That was kind of messy, but I got there. We opened up secret number 4. Let's do at least one more puzzle, but I'm tempted to look at secret number 4 next. There's a treasure chest that I still won't be able to get to. I wonder if we'll ever get to the treasure chests, or if they're just decorative. And pushing this guy onto the spikes will be a non-trivial, as I like to say. I'm just gonna kind of do whatever seems plausible at the start here. That was a waste. I could, rather than push it up, I could just step up and get to where I'm going. But now I want to be south of him again. So I guess I'll just walk it. And now he's dead, which is great. But I've already used up all my moves, and it would still take me like 4 more moves to get out of the room. Okay. Fastest way to the shield. 1, 2, 3, and I'm pretty sure, oops, that it's exactly the same going the other way, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way I go at the start. Fastest way to push him either, yeah, without loss of generality, north or west. He needs to go 2 north, and he only needs to go 1 west. So north, actually west first and then 2 norths actually might be the right way to go. Because I could do 2 norths in a row. That seems plausible to me. So what if I walk here, knock him to the north, knock him to the north, and then $11, $12, $13. I'm 1 room short, or 1 step short. So that was 14 out of 13. So how can I tweak that? And I'm not sure. Like, that's very nice up to here. If the rightmost step stool had been south 1, yes, then I'd be able to get to the door much quicker. So, and I think I can make that happen by doing this. It cost me a move to move it south 1 now. However, now, yeah, it's in the correct spot, and now I can get out of the room in 13. Okay, so it cost me a move early, but then saved me a couple moves late. So far, we've only had the shield and no other items. I'm curious to peek at the secret now and see if it involves other items. It does not, and so I'm willing to take on the secret right now, then. There's only 1 killing spot. And what happens if I try to push Oops, I don't want to push you all the way there. What happens if I try to push a guy onto a step stool? He does not go. Alright, we learned a thing. Great. So it seems to me the only way out that doesn't get me stuck involves first going here and then pushing this guy to the right. And then walking out here. Then I can push you here. Then I need to push each of the other guys up. And ideally, I want to push one of them. In order to get out of the room at the end, I need to push one of them from south to north into the spikes. But then how am I going to be in that row? So there's 4 rows. Top row is spikes. Second row, maybe to have the spider on it at some point. Third row, I would be standing on. How would I have gotten into the third row? I don't know. And I don't think I can push the step stool around or the crate around because they're in the corner. So I think I might have done something wrong already. What happens if there's... Okay, we need to do an experiment. Science time. If there are 2 enemies next to one another, for example... Suppose I try to go north with the shield. What happens? Neither of them move. So an enemy behind an enemy acts as a wall. Okay, that's important information just to have in my back pocket. All right. Let's just kind of fool around for a bit and try to get guys killed and see what it gets me. I'm just going to kind of try random stuff here. So I could do this. And I could push this guy to the north. And now that's nice because I am in this column. Oh, if I'm in either of these columns, I would be able to walk up here with the shield and be aligned with the doorway. That didn't occur to me until just now. Okay, so then if I just do this, then I can get to the doorway. I won't do it in the... I did it in 26 rather than 25 moves. Alright, we got a room clear. Let's see if we can do better. I am comfortable with this start. And I mean, most of it felt pretty good, honestly. So I wonder if there's just like one place I can optimize a move. This was a nice opportunity to push you to the left, it felt like. And then I want to get south of this guy, I think. Which I can do like this. I want to push him to the north. So that's great. I might as well kill the spider. I don't think it matters which column I'm in to kill the spider. I just need to walk around you. Do 2 more pushes here. And now the problem is, yeah, here's the problem, is it's so many steps to get out. Because I'm in the top now. And so I have to go left, down, left, up to get into this row, sorry, in order to get to the exit. So is there a way I could have tweaked this? I'd like to kill the spider last, ideally. But the issue is I can't get south of the spider. I could get south of the spider. So yeah, what if I do it in this order? Kill you. Kill you. 24. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so reversing the order of those kills was at least enough to get a par score. I'm going to be happy with that. Alright. Let's see if we can knock out one more. Only one enemy. Seems pretty simple. What is the issue here? Why can I not do this? Oh, I can't get south of this slime unless I push the step stool 2 to the left. So let's push it 2 to the left, then walk onto it, then push the slime to the north, and then take our exit. Alright, that room ended up being easy. How confident am I feeling? We've got one more room in this section, and it would be a nice kind of clean point to cut things off to finish this whole shield-only section. So let's see if we can do it. Where's the killing spot? Oh, it's just to my left down here. Okay. Yuck. So this feels like a case of... probably knock this to the north, knock this to the north, knock this out of the way, then get around the spider, and knock him into the spikes somehow. Yep. Okay. Just the obvious solution ended up being a par score. The room is clear. The whole section is clear. I've mastered the shield in today's episode. That feels really good. Okay. I'm going to say, I hope as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Dungeon and Puzzles. For now, bye-bye.